Chernarus was once a beautiful place. We had everything here: good education, healthcare, and a booming industry. Most people were friendly. We even branched out into tourism. Things were great, and it was a great place to live. Until Silus changed things forever. He was a general in the Chernarus military, a loyal soldier and a brutal warrior. He helped lead the country to a revolution 20 years ago. We became a free nation and stepped away from fascism and oppression. He was a hero, but then something changed. The desire for power was too strong. Silus abused his position and rallied his most loyal soldiers. He staged a military coup and divided the army in two to overthrow the government. Because of his legendary status, it was easy for him to persuade others. Those that didn't join his cause met a swift and brutal end. With so many dedicated and skilled soldiers on his side, Silus brought Chernarus to its knees. The government had no choice but to surrender. After assuming control, Silus set up several bases in the north of the country and began to acquire a surplus of all the vehicles, weapons and equipment he could find. Nothing was to remain hidden. The general population were allowed to live their lives as long as they submitted to his rule. No choices, you do what he says, or you disappear. Not much of an existence. We were forced into poverty and squalor, while Silus and his soldiers lavished in food, drink and total control. Then the experiments died. Silus's desire for power drove him to insanity. He kidnapped most of the women in Chernarus and placed them in testing facilities. His goal was to use surrogate mothers to create clones. He wanted to breed more soldiers that would grow up loyal to him, brainwashed from birth. Each of them genetically engineered to be better, faster, stronger. The mothers were pumped full of experimental drugs to enhance the development of the babies. Mechanical, physical, biological and cognitive systems were all altered. They removed the cancer gene, but the plan failed. Silus forgot about one thing: the resolve of the mothers. Some of them resisted the drugs. Those that did, changed. Some became weaker, some stronger. The results were unpredictable and violent. Most of them didn't make it due to the extreme changes their bodies experienced, and none of them delivered a healthy child. Until one female in particular, only known as Red 7. She gave birth to a perfectly healthy baby. Silus thought he'd finally succeeded. However, he was wrong. He had no idea the baby was infected. The positive effects the drug had on the child caused a potent virus to mutate that was immune to a normal person's biological defences. This turned the child into a mobile virus. Those that contracted the virus turned quickly. Their bodies and brains shut down over a period of days until finally an agonising and gruesome death. A few hours after the victim's heart stopped, the parasite reanimates them, driving them to do only one thing: spread the virus. These people become rabid animals, like zombies, their only purpose to feed and go on as long as they can to ensure the sickness is spread. Silus panicked, and with a quick decision to cover up and remove all evidence of the virus from the United Nations, he began to eradicate all remaining life in Chernarus. With his army he swept through the land, murdering any civilians that occupied the towns and villages. Electra and Chernagos were hit the hardest. 50,000 men, women and children were executed. The rest infected